Hello everybody, it is Bradley back at another fragrance review in my 10 days of Christmas fragrance special video series. I am tired, I'm not gonna lie. This has really been putting a strain on me, but it's been a great time. And today will be my top releases, the best releases of the year 2016, the late and great 2016. As we all know, this year is almost over, but let me just say what a year it has been. Not only in the fragrance universe, but all across the world. It's just been, in my opinion, a great year with so much has gone on. It's been very, very good to me. Thank you all you guys again for subscribing to my channel and for making the channel Triple Ink what it is today. And of course, there have been a lot of fragrances released this year, but I'm going to be showing you my personal top 10 favorite releases that I've dropped this year. Of course, there have been a lot of great fragrances, I think, but at the same time, there have also been a lot of duds, a lot of flops. But let's start off this list right here with my number 10 spot. This is a summer flanker of a very, very popular fragrance that a lot of people don't like that are fragrance reviewers. This is Invictus Aqua. Now, I did a little first impressions video of this along with Jean-Paul Gaultier, Le Male, Popeye Eau Fraiche. And I like that one actually better than this one, but I gave this one a second try, and you know what? I kind of really realized what this is now. This is not supposed to be some kind of new, unique creation. This is just a lighter version of the original. It does smell, it has that same sweetness. It smells like 90% similar to the original, so it definitely smells just like it, but it's a little bit fresher, and it still has a good performance, and it has a little bit of like a citrus appeal to it. Overall, it's pretty nice, has great performance. Gonna be testing this one out a lot next summer, and I think it's a pretty good release this year. I didn't have a whole lot of time to wear it in the summer because I picked it up more or less at the end of fall, but this is Invictus Aqua, and I think it's the number 10 best release of 2016. Okay, the number 9 spot, this one was kind of forgotten about, I think, by a lot of folks. This was released again in the summertime from the House of Versace. Got a lot of hate because this was like, yeah, this is their designer, mainstream, like kind of shot at fragrance right here. This is Versace Dylan Blue. I did wear this a lot towards the end of the summertime, and it does remind me a lot of 3 very important and very popular designer fragrances of today: Dior Sauvage, Acqua di Gio Profumo, and Bleu de Chanel. It has the bergamot opening of Dior Sauvage. It has that little bit of the patchouli that is in Acqua di Gio Profumo, and it also, of course, has a little bit of this incense that is in the Bleu de Chanel. Overall, I think it's quite nice. Has pretty good performance again, and a really solid one from the House of Versace, in my opinion. I think this one needs to get a little bit more praise, but overall, a really nice fragrance and a really solid job from Versace, coming in at number 9. Okay, coming in at number 8. A lot of people are going to be surprised that this is this low on this list, but for me, it was a nice release, but didn't really blow me away like some of the other ones this year did. This is Armani Code Profumo. So Giorgio Armani has released a lot of great fragrances over the past couple years. We've got Acqua di Gio, Essenza, and Profumo, and this is their Profumo version of Armani Code. It smells really nothing like Armani Code to me. This has a little bit of a 1 million thing, but mostly it reminds me 99% of Polo Supreme leather. It smells very similar to that. Overall, it doesn't perform as well on my skin as other people say it does, and it's just not really as unique as some of these other ones. Still has a nice fragrance, and it's a really good, classy wintertime scent. So this is my number 8 spot for the best fragrance of 2016. Okay, coming in at number 7. This is, wow, a relatively unknown fragrance. It was, at least, until a certain fragrance reviewer in the community, as we all know, talked about this one over the summertime, and I had to give myself a little travel size of this, and I really haven't been enjoying it. This is the Gate Fragrances Paris First Sight. Got a nice travel size of this fragrance right here, all gold, pretty sick. So I think we all know who talked about this one, and I had to go pick it up for myself. Very, very nice. It's different than what I was expecting. It's a minty fragrance, but I was expecting it to be sort of similar to like Guerlain Homme or Cedrat and Yvonne from Atelier Cologne, a very sharp minty fragrance. But this is not sharp. This is a very soft and airy pear sorbet mixed with lemonade in the opening. It's very interesting and unique. It has a very nice soft mint note, but don't be fooled. It lasts a long time. It has really good performance, and it's just a great, refreshing spring and summertime scent. Really, really nice. One of the best niches, I think, to drop this year. And go check out this fragrance house, the Gate Fragrances. They put out some really high-quality stuff. Okay, coming in at the number 6 spot, this house blew up in 2016. Got a lot of talk about it, a lot of controversy, for better or for worse. This is the House of Duo Fragrances, the only duo that I own. This is An Evening with the Mobster. This is a flanker to the original Mobster, and this is like the evening version. I think this is very classy fragrance. It's been compared a lot to Roja Dove Creation E. What I get, Coca-Cola and cognac in the opening. Yeah, very interesting, very cool, but unique. It's actually a compliment getter. Beastly performance. This is an extract de parfum, lasts 12 plus hours with great projection. Has some spiciness from the tobacco, has a little bit of vanilla, woodsiness. So unique, so much going on in there. Very well blended in my opinion, and for the price I got it at, 1 ounce, I think it's a great, great deal. So Duo Fragrances, a lot of controversy with this house, but really just go try them out. I think they're pretty good. So this is my number 6 spot in my best fragrance releases of 2016. Okay, we have arrived at the big boys, the top 5. These 5 are really some of the best, and we're talking about releases of 2016. This one, a lot of people have forgotten about. This was released at the very, very beginning of 2016 from the house of Calvin Klein. It is CK2. The cool looking bottle. This is the first kind of like gender neutral, gender free type of fragrance aimed at the millennials. And you know what? Wow, this stuff is great to me. I know a lot of people say it's boring, it's really synthetic, it's not very good, but to me it's a really good, fresh fragrance that has a unique edge to it. This has wasabi in here, this has like a orris root note, a kind of like a wet stone thing, also with like a creamy suntan lotion. Great for the spring and summertime. Just really reminds me of my summer vacation when I went up over the summer in the mountains, and it has better performance than you would expect. So Calvin Klein, I think, released a great fragrance. I know a lot of people don't like it, but hey, just give it a shot. It worked great for me this year, and I think is a sleeper on this list. So Calvin Klein CK2 coming in at number 5. Wow, these top 4, these are the really, really, really good ones. These are the best of the business. All 4 of these releases could go down as some of the best releases in my book over the next 5 years. I mean, these are really, really good. I was absolutely blown away when I smelled these, and they're all great. Pains me to put this one this low, but this is my number 4, Valentino Uomo Intense. Got just a tiny little bit of this sample left. This is a great fragrance, really great. Doesn't score as many uniqueness points as it could because it smells very similar to Dior Homme Intense, but this is every bit as good. Sometimes I even swear it smells better than DHI. I know, call me crazy, but it's a great fragrance. It's like the iris, silky, sweet, smooth iris with the tonka bean in here, very sweet. Great performance, can hang with the DHI. And performance-wise, no problem. And just a great fragrance from the house of Valentino. This really put Valentino on my radar, and this is their Uomo Intense, a great wintertime scent. So really go check them out. A little bit on the pricier side for a designer scent, but still really worth every penny in my opinion. So Valentino Uomo Intense, number 4. Number 3, this is going to be compared a little bit to Valentino Uomo Intense. They both do the same sort of a thing. They're both sweet, really nice fragrances, and I've talked about this one maybe more on my channel as of the past 5 months than any other fragrance. This is Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. I was so stoked when I got my hands on a 50ml bottle of this right here. The first time I smelled it, I knew I was falling in love. You know, those fragrances where the first second you smell it, you know you have to have it. This was one of them for me. I knew I had to have this. I could not go throughout 2016 without having this in my collection. The best top notes, I think, of 2016, in my opinion. I'm going to say that right now. Cinnamon, myrrh, little hookah tobacco, just a nice sweet tonka bean as well. Just from the opening, just gets me. Great performance, lasts all day, and it's a very nice flanker, in my opinion, to 1 Million. Very wearable as well. So 1 Million Privé just blew me off my feet. I love it. It smells to me like a molasses cinnamon cookie, if that makes sense. It's just great, mouth-wateringly delicious, gets compliments, and is a great wintertime scent. Floored with this one, a great 2016 purchase and a pickup of mine, and a great release from Paco Rabanne. I think that they somewhat redeemed themselves. They put out 2 pretty solid fragrances this year. You know, you put these things right next to each other. I think Paco Rabanne, I think you made up for your 1 million release. I don't know. So we have arrived at the top 2 spot. This might be one of the hardest decisions I've ever made on a top 10 list on my channel so far. Literally, these 2, I just racked my brain trying to think which one should it be. It's a very personal list to me, and ultimately it came down to, when I'm looking back at the year of 2016, what do I want to remember the year by? What fragrance just really is the fragrance of the year for me? And it was not this one, it was my number 1. This is my number 2. This is 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco Spirits, released early 2016. I picked this up to be my ultimate winter fragrance, and that it certainly is. Fragrance heads will love this. It's a super nice honey fragrance. It has tonka bean, a little bit of red wine. It lasts forever. Great performance, and for the price, it's great. This was a hype train that I definitely was on board and at the very beginning of. And it was overall a great fragrance, but my number 1 just beat it out. Don't get me wrong, this stuff is amazing. Could have easily been my number 1 pick, but my number 1, very sentimental, very personal to me. And when I think about 2016, my number 1 is a fragrance that I really think about. So, that number 1, what is this fragrance? This was released very, very early in 2016. It's from one of my favorite niche houses. And really, whenever I look back at 2016, this is the fragrance that I remember. I had so many great memories, especially over the summertime on my vacation. And you guys who have followed my channel for a little while, you have know what this is already. From the house of Atelier Cologne, Bergamot Soleil, the best release of 2016 in my opinion. The best bergamot fragrance I've ever tried, easily. The bergamot on this is so natural, so delicious, zesty and green. It has a beautiful, sort of an airy, luminescent sweetness in the background. Smells like rays of sunshine, basically, and it's just such a happy fragrance. Whenever I smell this, I just think of great times over the summer, and this really is just a landmark for me of this year of 2016, what has happened in my life and where I'm looking to go. So a lot sums up right there, I know, but Bergamot Soleil is just one of my all-time favorite fragrances, and it was the best release of 2016. So that was my list of the best fragrances of 2016. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this list, if you agreed with it. What is your favorite release of 2016? Let me know about that also. Be sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and be back with my next video tomorrow. Christmas Eve is coming up. I'm going to have my giveaway on Christmas Day. Don't want to miss that. You might have a chance of winning a nice $40 Notino gift coupon voucher. So that's it for me. I'm going to catch some sleep. See you guys later.